Hi, I got a quick question today from our support asking how does Let's Go Learn compare to Edgenuity's My Path to the Let's Go Learn Atom and LGL Math Edge system. So of course, let me quick disclaimer, I am from Let's Go Learn, and so I will have a lot more knowledge about Let's Go Learn's products, but I do understand assessment, I do understand some of these other products. So first of all, I went to Edgenuity's and I went to the My Path overview, and it really shows you how it's working. Come down here, it says, how does My Path work? This is a real giveaway. Assign image Edgenuity's placement test into math or reading, or import data from NWEA, Scantron, Renaissance. So this tells you right off the bat that they're using summative data to place students into instruction. Okay, so this is your first, a little bit of a red flag in terms of intervention. This may work for students who are near grade level, but when it comes to just placing kids into really something that's defined as foundational, basic, intermediate, advanced, this is really a blunt approach to differentiated instruction because students end up getting a lot of lessons that are either too easy or too hard, and it's not very precise. So let me illustrate this. Okay, so I'm going to use math as an example. Let's go over here to, let's take a look at math. If we look at math, we say that math is really all of these skills. So math spans these 44 subtests from K to 7. So for instance, in number and operations, you got place value, addition of whole numbers, subtraction of whole numbers. In geometry, you have location and direction. You've got 2D shapes, 3D shapes, triangles. If you're wondering, what are these skills within here? If I look at triangles, the first skill you teach down here, I click on it, is triangle attributes. The last skill you teach in triangles is the Pythagorean theorem. So this is how you teach math, right? For instance, you stack these skills and you teach them incrementally. You can't learn this skill until you learn everything below it. So the problem with these summative assessments trying to drive differentiated instruction, first, it violates MTSS, right? MTSS says in special education, you have to do a diagnostic assessment in order to help students and remediate them quickly. But what it's doing is you're really getting these broad scores like 650, 525. You're getting these scores in a broad area and you're trying to place students into instruction. So let's take a look at an actual student right here. This particular student, they take an ARM Atom assessment and we know these are their present levels. This is exactly where they're at across all these subtests. If I were to suddenly just give somebody, an average score and say, let's take a look at this in this line right here. Let's say that this line all the way across is a single score, something you'd get from, 526. If I place a student right here, all of these skills right here, are being missed. So when I give them this lesson right here, it's too hard. These lessons above, the student has already mastered, and I'm wasting their time. So on so many cases, I'm giving, now these lessons are okay. These are appropriate because they're right at this level. But this lesson, they already know. They already know. Perfect, already know. Good right here. This one's good. These are all missed. So this lesson is going to be too hard. And then of course you go all the way across all of the strands and you see more. Okay, here's all these lessons that are being missed, right? So you see that visually, math is very complicated. Same thing happens in reading, not quite as many subtests, but that is why having an instructional diagnostic intervention model that is using summative data is not going to be as accurate. So my explanation to the customers asking about this is that when you know you need true intervention, you have to look at what's under the hood and how they are placing students into instruction. And in the case of My Path, I would argue this probably would maybe work with kids who are very close to grade level. So if you're a school district where maybe your proficiency is 70% or 80%, this would work because most of your kids are going to be very close to grade level. But if you're dealing with school districts that have state proficiency levels of the 20 or 30% or lower, oh, absolutely, you need to move to a diagnostic model. And that's what we do at Let's Go Learn. All right, thank you very much. Hopefully this was helpful.